Hi guys, I'm Gord the Canadian Gamer, and I'm back with episode 3, Planet Coaster with the World's Fair pack. There we go. Uh, Plus all the other DLC that has been put out for this game is also installed because I love this game so much. Um, uh, oh, there we go. Oh, So right out of the gate, we achieved a scenery rating of 40. So that was one of our challenges. So we get to claim that. That's $1,100 put into the my bank account. Um, Built a coaster with an average speed of 48 kilometers. I think the coaster that I pre-built that I want to put in here will meet that requirement as it is. The 2 seconds of airtime, they measure it in points of seconds. So, like 1.14 seconds and stuff like that. So, um, I'm not sure if uh, that coaster will meet the requirement. Notice I'm kind of not hmm, like this path is like actually slightly heading towards the front instead of straight across, but that's okay. Whatever. So I'm gonna speed this up because I know research and stuff is going on, and that's kind of what we want to get at. So we have no loans. We're making a fair amount of money. Research is going on. Very good. I don't typically market unless I want, for some reason, to really push uh, the park to see about the staff. 2 security guards, level 3s. That's Maybe we'll make them level 4s. Maybe pump those two up just a little bit more. Because one is resting, meaning there's only one roaming around, and for 1,000 people, maybe I should think about hiring another one. We definitely should hire a second mechanic. We need another mechanic. So he's going in. There's enough rides here to warrant more than one mechanic. Okay, so we're going to slow this back down. We're going to open the research panel here. Gulpy stuff is ready. There we go. Oh, first aid. Definitely want that. Okay, so back to the staff. The reason I slowed this down is because these guys, typically if you leave them at what their starting wage is, they become unhappy right away, right out of the gate. So I wanted to give him that first little bump in pay. We have no vendors yet because we have no shops. Everything is vending machine driven. And these guys seem unhappy. They probably want some more money, so I'm going to bump them up. And then I'm also going to train them. And then I'm going to bump them up again. And I don't have any entertainers. Uh, that's not a bad split. Um, so as you can see, because we don't have tons of stuff here. I mean, there's 5 attractions. Um, yeah, so it doesn't look like there's tons of crime in my park. We don't have any cameras. Little bit of vandalism, but not often. And that always seems to happen after a ride breaks down. And we don't have special effects going. So overview, what am I charging to get in? It's still nothing. So I'm going to charge $1. And I'm going to charge 50 cents. I think of that as like parking. That's their parking fee. So the fact that this is appearing, these are not good things. However, they could be uh, a little bit older messages, but like I said, we needed another security guard. I hired another security guard. Right? I did not. We need another security guard. And because I don't like what I saw in that menu, I'm actually hiring two. And then, like I said, if you keep them at their base wage when they're first hired, they seem to be unhappy right out of the gate. So bump that up one. And hopefully that will bring down the crime level in here. Okay, so we have food and drink here. Sorry guys, it's been a little over a week since I did a video, so I just gotta and we have food and drink here. And oh right, and because of this path, I didn't put scenery over the whole thing. So the scrambler is broken down. Oh right, and I themed all my, I changed all my employees' clothes. They all have the red. It's nice. It's a mechanic right there already. That's good. Okay. So we haven't got a ton in terms of roller coasters to choose from right now. However, I think it is that bobsled coaster. Yeah, this Twists and Tussles. This is a really cool roller coaster. It needs a couple edits so it can run a few more more trains on it. But it's quite the interesting coaster. You just have to. I have it in another park, and I did a small amount of editing to it to one, add three trains, so there's three trains running on it, and two, make it so none of the trains got stuck on a lift because they had no block brake section. There's two lifts in it. Anyway, I'm talking about a ride that's not my park, so it doesn't really matter. In terms of flat rides, what do we got going on here? Not, well, not much. I mean, we certainly could add the whirly rig for the kids. Um, but that, again, is not going to draw a lot. So, turn the speed back up. Alright, so let's bump you up. Bring down your... And let's bump you up to the maximum. So that's going to be done a lot faster. Uh, get some of this research out of the way, and then hopefully be able to put in some other rides. I should theme these two rods, like put the forest and stuff around. They don't even, as I remember, I finished my last video which just had put these two in, so I do need to, they don't even have lights on the queue path and whatnot. Alright, so that's a good thing to have in your park, just to give the guests peace of mind. Definitely want the ATM machine for later when the park's got lots and lots of people and it's big. Yeah, come on. This is probably going to be the next. This is what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's going to be the next ride that goes in. Sure. There's the teacups. I want, in the research, they call it swings on a wave. Um, oh, oh, I don't typically put in fireworks, so we're gonna delete that challenge. Hmm. Still a lot of theft going on. So, since we're still seeing some theft going on, let's train our newbies some and train. No vendors. Oh, that's had some. They could be unhappy because there's not enough. I'm really low on the staff. Let's add at least one more guy. Alright. So the night cycle's coming up, which is perfect. So I'm actually going to pause this because I want to put in the lights and it's nighttime, so I can just. Oh wow, that one doesn't have. Okay, that one has like. So none of my flat reds queues seem to have lights on them. So, um, what's that? Oh, I kind of like that. All right, that's why not? These are very tall lampposts. I like it. Oh, yeah. Now, as I recall, the queue line scenery rating is like either 100 already or really high, uh, thanks to the water ride Timberwolf right here. Um, so that's probably why I didn't bother putting in the lights. Uh, Plus, it's not like it's in a very dark area. Those Victorian lamps on the street give out quite a bit of light. So it's not like these people are really standing in the dark. That's a song. Standing in the dark. Anyway. Yeah, see, it's at 100%, which is why I haven't done anything really with it. But, in terms of these two, they are out in the dark. And their scenery ratings are horrible. Uh, so, what do we want to do here? Mm, yeah, maybe kind of smaller, more modern versions of the Victorian style type. Alright, so let's just lock that to that height. I like that. I I wish you could change the light color in the lamps, but I do like that. Even though we can't, at least that I know of. There's nothing that I see in here. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could change the lamp color, like the light color emanating from it. Um, but I do like that the defaults tend to be, unless they're very similar, like the street lights and then the short lamp post and stuff. They're all kind of slightly different. Like this one's like not quite white, but not quite yellowish. And then there's other ones like the pirate lamps that glow like a really bright yellow. So I do like that there is not only like a color associated kind of with the lamp post. I just wish we could turn it. Like 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 sometimes I will want these like in a say like a pirate themed area, but I want them to be brighter yellow like the rest of the pirate stuff. But you can't do that. So nitpicky stuff. I'm sure I've said this many times. I wish the ride operators were employees that you had to train and pay and give breaks to and everything because um, I mean they did it for the shop people, so why can't they do it for the ride people that are the backbone of the park? Um, However, like I mean, I was stoked when they came out with the trailer and they showed us that in one of the updates that the staff people now we're gonna need to uh, go to a break room and have to be changed out and stuff. Um, I was stoked for that. I just wish it included the rides employees as well. Now, once I get these lamps in, I can turn the. I'm gonna turn the simulation back on, just because I wanted to keep the night up while I did this. Um, and I don't like to fiddle with locking the time of day and stuff. Even though during the alpha that was a feature I and many others requested, because I was playing on an underpowered laptop, and the night cycle is much harder on the CPU and GPU because there's so many more effects it has to do. So when I was playing on my laptop, when they introduced that, it was great because I would just lock the time of day to daytime. I'm sorry if I slurped at all, if you guys picked that up or not. I hope you didn't, but needed some coffee. These should also be in my favorites list, so we're gonna add them. Those are also I keep forgetting I have these favorites list that I can just bring up of stuff I typically use, and the bushes I really like to use are missing. So I do like these. I do like these quite a bit. Um, and then those. My theory is I'll get used to that menu and then I'll stop clicking through like the actual menu and um, really get that. Like these sunflowers are new. Like I don't know when. Uh, I maybe they're part of the World Spirit Pack, but they're gorgeous. Um, I mean, this single one, even taller one. But that's all we get, eh? Just singles, huh? Well, maybe we'll put. few here by the entrance. Alright. There we go. Alright. So, as I typically do, put some bushes around the queue line entrance to make it so they're not walking out in the middle of nowhere. Now, where's the other? No. There it is. There we go. So this inner circle here is going to be made up mostly of these. Because obviously the bush is going to intrude too much. Ta-da. Okay, and once I get this inner ring done here, I'm going to quickly check on my new hires here. So we're going to train that new person here. We're going to go to 70. And that would be 70. That would be 75. That would be 80. So let's bump them to 75. So they're kind of, we don't have them. Did my new mechanic quit already? Oh no, I only have 2. That's right. And he's been trained to level 2, so he's good. Ooh. So I am going to get my security staff up to top of the line. Because I want them to get all those pickpockets. Okay, so back to what I was doing, which was in my favorites here. Now we'll finish the outer line with some bushes, and then we're probably going to want to add some trees. Oh shoot, forgot to hold down shift to lock its height. The tedious but necessary work to make the park a great place to be. Now this is one of the beautiful things, is because these queue lines are so close, some of this scenery is going to affect both rides. Alright. Okay. Now on this side, I've got a little more room. Okay. So, I'm finishing up Hurricane's scenery, but also doing test flight as well, so alright. I am curious to see what Hurricane's rating is, but I don't want to distract myself from doing the outlines right now, because I do find this tedious stuff, but necessary. Like there's simply no way around it. Like your park has to have some like it has to have trees and bushes and stuff at least. It's also cool. Just like the roller coasters, like you need to build the queue house, even if it's just around um, the girders underneath the station. You need to put the walls up at least. You've got to hide some of that stuff, or it just doesn't look very good. I don't have benches and stuff down on this road, which I need to do. The benches and stuff, I don't find that nearly as tedious. Because they're a much kind of quicker process. Also, I'm not like a artistic person, so having a great vision of like a really elaborate theme, stuff like Lady Designer does and stuff like that is just beyond me. And then, I mean, the community makes great stuff, but because it's never tailored for your exact situation, unless you decide you're gonna build around that theming, like, it's kind of well, I find it like not the most useful. I really kind of got wonky with this queue line. But that's okay. We're getting there. And then hopefully what I'm gonna do, what I like to do sometimes with these pairs, when I put them in as a pair like this, is outline them into like use the tree outline, but instead at the back, like do this loop that goes around both the rides like that, and don't separate them down here from trees, and then it looks like they're in their own little area, their own little cove. Alright, back to the bush. Alright, now we still have the outside. Now see, yeah, I see this road. Well, it's only past the exit, but we haven't done the benches or lights there really either. Alright. I'm really starting to think about getting a better graphics card for my computer. My CPU, I think it's pretty good for this game. It's an i7, a quad core at 3.5 gigahertz, I believe. So, you know, 4 cores at 3.5. I think that's pretty decent. But my video card is only an RX9, I believe. It's a Raiden video card, or R9, with only 2 gigabyte RAM. And that kind of is like the minimum. They want you to have a 2 gigabyte video card. So I'm thinking I could really a higher video card means I could probably run this in 4K, which would mean in 1080, which I do have 4K display, but which would mean in 1080 it would probably run very well, even when the park starts getting really full. Good. So 100% for that one's scenery theming, and 100% that one's queue line theming. So I'm not sure about the trees yet, so I'm just going to kind of leave them like that. What I am going to do, though, is put some benches and whatnot. Some benches and garbage cans along here. Finish that road up a little bit. Oh, don't be like that. Oh well, you're gonna be like that, huh? Alright, so let's... There we go on that side, and then on this side as well. I do think we need bathrooms and vending machines down this path. Whoops. Oh, good, it didn't place... Hello. 3 times I've clicked that and it has not clicked. I'm finding my machine very laggy today, and I don't know what's going on. Ah, see? Did place something I didn't want. There we go. Got rid of that. Okay, now the other thing I noticed is, I wish it would default to my favorites, but anyways. Where? Oh, I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so that's gonna go like that. And I didn't put my lights here that I like to put at my entrances. And light. Even though they're really probably not necessary. I do like to make them look good. That one I'm going to put. Okay. And yeah, Timberwolf I did put in its lights in its entirety. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate that building. Okay. Interesting. The staff room did not come with it, but that's okay because I actually don't want another staff room out here. So that works just fine for me. So yeah, I'm thinking right there. Take that out. Take that out. Yeah, and yeah, which is great. And then we want to edit this. Now, there's a couple things you need to know about duplicating a building now because things have been added since then. So this sign, right? It is not advertising that vending machine. Okay, it's advertising the one that you duplicated the building from. So you have to go back into your signs and reset their advertising destination. Because they will not be advertising the building they're sitting above if you've duplicated the building. Now, the other thing is, I want to take this part out because I don't want it in this building. Okay, so make this easier, I'm just gonna go move and put those in the right spot and move and put that in the right spot. Oh, what is going on there? Okay, so that light now, I'm gonna move this over one so I can fix it. The light is not in its right placement now. There we go. Fix that and move this back, and we're done. Done, and boom. So there we go. Now we got a new set of bathrooms, another set of vending machines for the people. Very nice. And now, to make things even better, there it is. Hold shift, boom. Behind the garbage can. Behind the garbage can. Now we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna turn it again. Behind the garbage can, and behind the garbage can, and boom! There we go. So now we have a nice looking road with these two rides. See, and while we were working on that, unfortunately, because I was not paying attention, other research finished. Oh, the Rocktopus. Cool ride. Useless ride, the capacity's way too low. Alright. Alright. So this one, I'm gonna get rid of some of these roller coasters that are unlikely to even make it into my park. We're still doing great with money, so that's good. So we're gonna speed this back up now. So as you can see now, like these lineups are really good. And since I changed the way this one operates, it's got a good lineup going. Dragonfire has a big lineup going, that's great. And Timberwolf has a huge lineup going. So there we go. So the park is running smooth. Alright guys, I'll be muting you for a second while I run to the bathroom. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. So, 1,054 gusts. The happiness level is really high. That's great. Um, so, what are in my challenges? Oh, look. So, oh, wow. And we achieved that one. So sweet. There's 1,300 to go into the bank. We haven't added a coaster yet, so those two challenges still. Okay, so we need to check on the staff because we're still seeing. All right, so boom. All right, and our two mechanics. So now I've got a mechanic that's a master. All right, so we're gonna give this guy a $15 raise, and we're gonna give this guy a $15 raise, and we're gonna give this guy a $5 raise. The janitors I find are typically difficult to keep happy, which is not unrealistic. They have the worst job in the entire park. Um, you know, cleaning up after people is not a fun job. Wow, the lineup for this is. When we started this park, we couldn't really get guests to go in there, even when it was one of two rides, and now when it's like one of five rides. But hey, they're riding it. It's cool. So typically I don't add it to rain, but what I am gonna do because I don't uh, know if I'm going to be adding uh, um, much scenery, I'm going to at least make it grass. Now this is something I don't normally do, um, but why not? Just painting the ground that just kind of help with them getting out into the. See, it's weird how the ground is here, where like at the entrance there's so much sand, and then the rest of the park is kind of combination. So I'm gonna try and make this a nicer looking. And I am using a different style of grass than the default is that's painted over here. So you know, it'd be funny if the janitors actually had to maintain the grass. I know in I think it was roller coaster. I'm not sure if it was one and two or just two, but they had to water the plants, or your plants would die. Kind of wish they would. Well, actually, I don't know because typically I don't really put like plants. I put bushes, which really don't need maintenance more than trimming. But I don't think like the plants and stuff in this. I don't think you have to water them, or like the janitors have to take care of them in any way. Maybe the flower beds. I'm not sure. So there we go. Like that. Look a little better. Alright. So that just, yeah, it's better than that sand looking thing. Alright. So research is. Alright. Mm, yeah. I need to put in a new ride soon, and I want it to be uh, one of my pre-designed roller coasters. And we lost almost 1,000 that month, and the park rating went down slightly. But I have to say, I like the way the park looks. This sand desert looking area, no grass. Um, okay, so this is good. Oh, that's not good. Um, Still with the thefts, lots of theft still. I mean, I honestly think the amount of security guards I have for the size of this park is more than enough. Yeah, see, these guys are in a better mood now. We're going to make that, and then when you get the last one, we'll match you up to 100. Okay. Okay. Uh, Me actually losing money, though, when considering the amount of research I put in, that makes a lot of sense because, as you can see, 3 roller coasters at their minimum is 3,000, right? And I was only making like 2 to 3,000 a month, and I've given the staff raises, so that makes sense that I lost a little bit of money. But the fact that I have 12,000 down here, yeah, I'll be okay for a little bit. And if my two big spenders don't break down at the same time like they just did, yeah, that's why I lost 4. If these two don't break down at the same time, my park will survive. Wow. Going through a round of breakdowns. Oh, hurricanes. This is probably just the placement. Like it's where the queue is. It's probably why it's getting so busy. But this ride is actually a draw. Uh, People love it, so you know this for 1,100 guests. This is going well, and for me, I've spread things out a little bit more than like normally. I'll build um, rides like all of my park close together like this, but typically I'll go one way. Like I'm not gonna split off in 2 directions um, until my park is way bigger. I'll typically, because your park, you basically want it to be a big loop. So no matter which way they go, they see everything in your park. Now, So typically I'll attack it going in one direction and then make my way back around to the other side. But in this one, because it's gonna be on my channel, I figured I've done that already in the past with a lot of my parks. I should try and be a little different with this one. Um, so we'll see how that. Hmm. Oh right, we got the Tri-Storm. This is a really good. Um, See, what I'm thinking is over here, I'm gonna put like kids rides because this is also a family ride. There's a thought that I've. All right. Well, in honor of being uh, different than I typically do, this is going to be a little different. All right. Do that. Uh, gonna have the long exit is the thing that bothers me, but. Uh, that's what I've been making my exit path, right? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start with the exit path. Okay, so I want to take off the snap here. Alright. That looks right. So. Need to make this path. Oh, that is not the right. That is also not the right. Nope. Ah, this is the one. There we go. Alright, so we do that. Alright, so that's the exit. Now, this Tri-Storm ride is pretty popular. Now, the way I'm placing this queue entrance, it's going to have a high queue line scenery like rating right out of the gate. That needs to go. That needs to go. That needs to go. Okay. And then what the heck? Why is it jumping? Okay, apparently it didn't keep my shift. Alright. So we're going to copy the text there. We're also going to turn this on. And we're going to put in the custom text. Control V there. And then we're going to set the advertising to that. And we're going to confirm. And boom, that's that for that. And see, like, it's already in the green at 66. And we haven't even put the lights in or anything else. So that's what that's going to do. Now, the other thing is, don't forget to add to the welcome sign. So go here, and we click on the welcome sign, and I hear a security guard chasing a thief. And set, and then we want to add, right? And you can see it's the only one not highlighted, and now we confirm, and boom, that's done. So that's, I've never done an entrance like that before. So in staying with the area, this is the light we're going to do. Now I'm going to slow down time to normal. And I'm actually going to pause it because I want to, I don't want the night to go away on me. Then, oh, I need to hit shift. There we go. Alright, there. And then line up the arms. Boom. And boom. And then now I'm going to put the lights on the inside. I think what I'm going to do, it might be on the next video though, because I think I've been going for longer than an hour already, probably closer to an hour and a half. Time gets away from me when I play this. I'm going to surround 3 of these rides with a tree line to separate them into their own kind of section of rides. But the great thing is, if they line up to this one, when they get off, walking back to the main path over here, they still have to pass the entrances to these 2 rides. So I'm kind of happy about that because it makes them pass the rides in this area. That looks like enough light. And then the exit needs, this is one of the few rides that has an exit path. It's okay though. I'll put some benches and stuff back here for them to sit on. Alright, well that's good for now. So there we go. Alright, so I just checked the length and it's been an hour and 6 minutes, so I think I'll try and do a little bit more scenery before this video, I bring this video to a close. Just maybe see if I can get that whole vision of this. I don't know what Steam was doing there. Alright. I honestly hate that to play computer games, you have to have their stupid launchers open in the background. Like, I hate that Steam has to be like. I don't mind that I have to like buy things through Valve and Steam and whatnot. That doesn't bother me, but like I hate that I have to have it running. Period. Like it irritates me. Because then sometimes its UI does stupid things like appear for no reason. Because they want to put stupid Valve controls for things that nobody uses. It's like, you already got your cut of the money from the sale. Why do I need to have Origin running in the background for this? Why do I need to have Steam running in the background for this? Like, it's just dumb. And a waste of resources on your computer. Because, like, in the alpha for this, like, it didn't launch through Steam. And they had their own little, like, launcher for it. Okay. Alright. I have to say, TriStorm does look like a really fun ride. Okay. Du-du-du-du-du. Lots of tedious work. Oh, let's just, yeah, let's get research going. You degen. Alright, what we got? Alright, well, and then let's get the information kiosk going. Alright, scenery. That's what we were doing. Again, I wish it would default to my favorites. I mean, they made so many, like, UI quality of life improvements, and it's like, you're gonna let me build a favorites menu, then, like, either give me the option to like choose what my default menus are, like when I open one of the tabs, or make the favorites like the default menu. The ideal option would be to make, like, let me choose, do I want all or favorites as the default, where I would put favorites as the default. I get why, like, it might be confusing because they added it that late, like, because when you open the game, all of a sudden you open scenery, for example, and if it defaulted to favorites and you hadn't built a favorites list, it's just blank. But okay, so I'm gonna put a bush line around the ride as well. For the trees to be planted in. Okay. Yes. Here we go. See, these are the parts of my videos where I wish there was somebody sitting on a couch beside me, asking me questions or giving me, somebody to chat with, to make these parts of my video not so tedious for the viewer, as they are for me, the designer or builder or whatever you want to call me. Alright, so that gets the bush line done. Now, if I check on the ride, I'm sure it's at 100%. Yeah, of course. Which is great. Now. Now, actually, I don't want that tree. I want says it's in my favorites menu, but anyway, this is the tree I want. So here we go. So this is what I mean by making this into these 3 rides into their own kind of section or area. Now, it's probably really hard for you guys to see, because it's hard for me to see. Me trying to do this tree line during the night cycle. This is actually going much faster than I imagined it was going to. I thought this was going to take me a lot longer to get done. Oh, good. Now that I'd like to see, a thief being caught. So there we go. So, like, as you can see, like, it's its own little section. That, I kind of like that quite a bit. 3 rides, clumps. The really cool one at the back. Well, that's where I'm gonna call it, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video today, as I enjoyed working on the park today with you guys. And next time, hopefully, I'll be adding a roller coaster to the park. I gotta get that research done for it and whatnot. For the oh yeah, look at that. Look at those numbers. Sweet. So yeah, hopefully next time, that'll be the project, although a lot of its scenery is in the blueprint, so there's not as much tedious work to do. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm Gord the Canadian Gamer, and I hope to see you next time.